Hello, everyone. Brandon Burbank here, and I'm just really excited and happy to be here. It is Tuesday, November 28th, and today we're going to be talking about a really important topic that really pertains to a large population here in America as well as and beyond in the world, and that is social anxiety. So you might be thinking, well, yeah, there's a lot of that in this world where people have just social anxiety problems, and that is a hard way of just going through like bad or just not healthy ways of being able to socialize with other people. And so why I'm talking about this topic today is, first and foremost, according to Mental Health America, 15 million or 7% of American adults have a social anxiety disorder. So for me now, specifically, I don't have a social anxiety disorder diagnosis from an MD or whatever, but I'm speaking more vulnerably and also personally from my own experiences in my own life. And so that is why I felt compelled to talk about this discussion topic today with you all, which is on social anxiety. And so my goals for this topic is to help give you some more insight on somebody who has experienced an extreme amount of social anxiety throughout my adult life. And so there's been so many times and instances where I felt like I just don't know how to relate to other people, don't know how to understand myself, and some of the experiences that I've gone through and just had challenges with have really shaped my life, and they've been a very big component in my life story. So with that being said, I'm here to give you a little bit more insight and more background context about how to navigate that if you, the viewer, might be going through your own type of struggles with how to navigate in a social setting with social anxiety. So to start with, it's impacted me in my own life personally, more so in a way where I find myself trying to be more of the best because of my own competitive nature, my own desires to be a positive and uplifting person. However, on the downside of how I've not let my own authentic and vulnerable self come out is that it's limited my ability to make connections with people at a deeper level. And so that is an important aspect of making friendships, making relationships with other people that has been really lacking in my own life. And so because of that social anxiety, I chose to kind of avoid different scenarios with different people when it felt very uncomfortable, or when it was getting too serious, or just too difficult intimate wise. So with that being said, social anxiety is something that definitely has taken part in my own life. It's definitely taken part in, according to the statistic, many millions of Americans' lives. But so now, with that being said, I'm going to transition to the steps to remedy this, to work on this problem in your own life, and how I have successfully worked on and am continuing to work on navigating through life in order to build sustainable and healthy relationships with people and friends, so that I can be a happy and a more of a well-balanced person. Starting with step 1. Be honest with yourself on why you are feeling a certain way when you do engage with others socially. So, for example, say you go up to a new friend that you'd like to become friends with. Well, you being honest and intentional about what you would like to achieve with this relationship, and just going out and doing it, and going out and actually being yourself, but then also recognizing, this is my intentions, this is the purpose of why I want to have a connection with that specific individual. Number 2, be patient and empathetic with yourself when you feel uncomfortable and give yourself lots of freedom to make the decision to leave, for a social environment or a party or just an event or a gathering, whatever it might be, so that way you can, so if you feel like that you need to leave at a certain point. So why I'm saying that is because I've learned is when I go out to different social events and activities, I've been able to really embrace that and saying that I don't need to be here at all, but I'm choosing to be here because I want to be here. And the hardest part is like really just showing up. And then obviously the continuation to that process is to actually make connections and actually put yourself out there more and more. But the good news is, and the hopeful opportunity that I'm encouraging you to really think about in your own life is when you do that, it's like a snowball effect. And in the snowball effect in the way of how when you start to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, pushing yourself outside of what you felt like wasn't possible, well, guess what? It becomes possible because you start to realize that you have more confidence in your own self-esteem that has been built, self-made from your experiences in life. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you don't put yourself out there into different environments, into different communities and different people, how are you going to learn about yourself, and how are you going to build that connection in that finding the ultimate goal, which is your own purpose in your own life? So let's go to 3 now. Don't build up expectations with others. Rather, be in the moment and allow everything to unfold as it does. That's something that I'd struggled for a long time, because I was just building up expectations, expecting that everybody was going to like me and being a successful person, blah, 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 and just being me as a person that's genuine, but it's also very just has challenges. I have my own ways of how I'm thinking and how I'm operating, and it's very different sometimes. And so with some of the life experiences, the trauma that I've experienced in my own life, having to navigate through that in a social environment when you're communicating with other people vulnerably and in the moment, of course it can be difficult. However, I'm here because I'm here today to tell you that it's possible to, even though you have social anxiety, you can still thrive in an environment that is socially oriented based. So keep that in mind and think about how you, in your own story narrative that you're telling yourself when you engage with others. Number 4, be yourself and remember to be confident in your own skin because it's your life. Own it. So being confident in being yourself, I think that is probably one of the most important things that you can do in order to not let something like a social anxiety disorder or social anxiety problems control your life and ruin your life, essentially, or just limit your life in what you can actually achieve in your own personal career life, in any way, shape, and form. And so that's kind of why I'm saying that being yourself is the best way to attract people who are attracted to your personality, your characters, your quality traits that are unique to you. So remind yourself constantly that even though you might have a certain way of behaving or a personality that's kind of, in left field, it's still part of you. And as long as it's genuine and as long as it is very from you and your own personality type, then I can guarantee you other people are going to be, some people might not like that, but also a lot of people will like that genuineness and authenticity that only you can bring to the table. Lastly, number 5, it's important to build a life where you can feel confident and comfortable in your own skin and in many environments. So thinking about when you do have interactions with people socially and what that looks like for you and how you want to become, start to imagine in your own brain, even before you go out and have these conversations intentionally and just mess up here and there with people, ask yourself, do I want to actually be authentic? Do I want to actually be confident in my own skin where I feel like I deserve and I belong to be in? Ultimately, it's your decision to make. I hope this video was very helpful and informative for those of you who are, struggling with social anxiety, or who might know somebody who is struggling with their social anxiety problems. As I myself have gone through many challenges and still do struggle at times with that component in my life. So once again, I hope that this gives you more encouragement and inspiration, and to give you more tangible results in order to overcome or work on this challenge. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.